Hello and welcome to the Carthago showroom in Aulendorf, Germany. We've got a vehicle here which the company describes as the king of the liner class. It's the Chic S Plus integrated 61 XLLE. There's the price, 160,000. It's ready to go, 4.5 tons. 6.7 tons. You can be put on a base of 2.2 tons of payload, and I'll give you the measurements as well, but I seem to have lost them. Sorry, there they are. 860 long, 227 wide, 329 high. Well, this here, start off with, gives you an idea of the depth of the double floor. So that's the level of the floor, and there's the, look at all that space in there. Right, I'll have a look at the other external compartments as I leave. Now, my first vehicle was a Carthago. I bought it 9 years ago this month. Camper van. I got it from somebody who worked for the border force in Dover. I went to Deal to get it from him. And that day he was buying a new house and he took me out to see the new house. I can't remember his name. But I went down there. And I was a bit frightened of driving it, and I asked this lady I was sort of then seeing to come down with me. I was meant to pick her up in London, and at the last moment she told me she couldn't come, and the result was I had to go down there by myself, and I had to drive this vehicle under 5 meters by myself, and I was a bit perturbed about doing it. Although as soon as I got in it, it was really easy. And seems a bit strange now to think that 9 years ago I was perturbed about driving a vehicle of that size. Okay, so you've had a little bit of a look around. We'll do a little bit more detail. German layout. Here at the back we have got this storage. Very nice feature is that you can lift the bed up like that and get in from the top. Of course, I think that is assuming that there's no covers on it. Same on the other side. Oh, I'll just lift it up from here now. Why not? That's what's easier. I will show you under this here though. So you've got this additional storage here place. Oh, of course this here thing would come out. Now this here steps up, comes out this way, and you can make yourself a bigger bed, and it's still easy to get in and out of. So that's the thing, goes in there, and you've got steps up. Well, that's much easier, isn't it, than having to use a ladder. Now, if this were mine, I think what I'd want to do is to have a separate cover and sheet for that and the other one, so I didn't have to keep pushing this backwards and forwards, and I could then get in and get my shirts out like that. That's my opinion. You may think differently. You might say, well, I don't need that space anyway. Of course, I don't need to have lengthwise beds because I'm well, I won't say short, I'm the average size, 175 centimeters, absolutely average size. That's 5'10" for those in the United States. Now, here, if you want to be in the bedroom and you want to, close this off, bang, and on the other side as well. There we are, closed off. Yeah, how much space does that give? Quite a lot, I would say. Now that might become in useful, of course, if there's somebody sleeping up front. Of course, you can lock this as well. But not by this door. Sorry, the other door here. There's a door at this side. Here we go. So you want to close this. Oops. There you go. But I'll lock myself from inside from here. Now, this door situation here might be a bit easier than the one that's often the case where you shut the door like this, just for the reason that you don't have to close more doors when using the toilet at night. You only have to close one door, not two. Should you close the door at all, that is. But it does form this rather nice dressing area here. You know what? Safety instructions for the user. In event of a fire, evacuate all occupants. Right, so that's one thing you might not have thought of, but do evacuate if the thing starts to burn. Let's have a look at the this. How much space in the dressing area? There we go. There's me in my dressing area. It's quite big, this, actually. Oh, there's something though I don't like. It's an old style sink. I'd rather have a new one, although it does, at least it does sort of come up slightly to let the water out, but not them things that might fall off. Now I'm particularly concerned though about that in the kitchen, things that fall off your plates, for example. Right, duckboard in the shower, although not really necessary as it's not a thoroughfare. There's a step there, and I'm not so keen on steps. Well, lovely big kitchen with curved furniture. And deep. Oh, we see this one here is blocked at both ends, but this is where the rubbish bins are. I don't know what's like that though. No, well, I'll have to find that out some other time. Got plenty of space there for do your work on though. Stick in the kitchen. This fridge, what a great success this has been for Dometic. Absolutely outstanding. So many companies now using it, from really upscale liners like this one to comparatively cheap camper vans, the sort of thing you get 4 of for the price of one of these. Oven above. Now, I mentioned the depth of the double floor, but as soon as you come in here, you've got this cellar as you walk in. And it's really deep, but we'll see that, I think, from the outside. That one here actually doesn't even go right to the bottom. See that later though. 40-inch television. Now, as a rule, I don't like beds above, and I'm sticking to that rule right now. Table turns around in all directions. Having said that, with the table, sorry, with the bed, I'm now standing under it. There's me in the mirror, but you can't actually see. Oh, here's a better demonstration. Well, as I get up, yeah, so I stand up. Well, if you were much taller than me, you might hit your head. But for somebody my height, I'm not actually hitting my head. So from that point of view, I'll put up with this bed up front, although I'd rather have the extra storage. Now, see this one here? It's on an Iveco base. Sorry, I didn't mention it earlier. Automatic. You've got your air suspension down there, or rather, you can see what's going on with the air suspension down there. The clocks and the temperature thing. Not the temperature. What do you call this? Pressure barometer. Oh, look at that! It's going to be stormy. Oh, it's really nice outside as well. That's bad news. There's the temperature, but that's an unusual place to put them. Most put them above the door. I think the door is really a sort of a more suitable place to put it, in my opinion. Others may disagree. Well, I think one could say it's an absolutely outstanding van. Let's have a look on the outside. Well, there's 2 tons of payload, but you can't put 2 tons in here. Here, I believe it's 450 kilos as an absolute maximum. You've got your some of your electrical stuff in there. And another look at the double floor. Pretty nice van. Yeah, I'll just show a couple more whilst I'm here, or 1 or 2 more. See how dark it is. It's not dark in here. It's bright sunshine outside, bright winter sunshine outside. This one is a Chic S Plus integrated 50 LE and costs 140,000. You know, same double floor used as a cellar. A cellar? Can I say cellar in English? Underfloor storage. I was only got a 32-inch television, this one. And length is just under 8 meters. This Chic Line integrated 51 QB, €124,500 at 8 meters long, or just under. I like the bed layout better. Although, I'd have to say, some of those on the what I call the German layout did look pretty good. Now, as I mentioned about the doors closing here, that closes like that. But we can also get this thing here out as well. That locks, and this thing here comes out to go there. It sort of half hides you in the toilet. Alternatively, you can pull this thing here across. It's got a rather complicated though thing up there, which was introduced for this year, 2020. I definitely prefer the other one because I can see this getting broken in time. Here's the liner for 2. Originally done by Deathlefs and now used by many other companies, and I saw an excellent take on it at Silver Dream last week. 143,853 centimeters in length. Chairs down there. Bed comes down. Can't show you the bed coming down because come here, I can't. So, bed comes down like that. Gives you this fantastic sleeping area because you're probably not sleeping and driving at the same time. Probably, I say, not necessarily. I have had the situation where I was driving and the person I was with was asleep in the back. At least she said she was asleep. Don't know, she could well have been praying that I didn't have an accident or something like that, for all I know. Maybe she was too frightened to see me driving. Could have been. I think this is a lovely design though for when there's 2 people, because let's face it, most vans are only 2 people. Integrated 6.2 XL QB. Now somebody asked me to do this in more detail. I can't get one to rent. 113,500. It's 865 centimeters long, and if you he said to me to have a good film of it and then to let him know what I think. The reason here is because you can't rent one. I always tell people to rent. Don't buy, rent. You mightn't like it. You never know. This van here is too long for me. I'd have difficulties actually driving something this size anyway. Now, I mentioned before about my fear of driving a 5-meter van. I don't know if it was the 5-meter van that was my fear. I think it might have been the fact it was the first time in a van and driving one. Now, Chic C Line integrated 5.9 XL LE. This thing here costs 113 thousand and is 840 centimeters in length. Chic C Line integrated 5.3 Q queen bed SL, 102,000 and is 779 centimeters in length. There you go, queen bed, 195 times 145. Or by 145, if you prefer. There's that same unusual door. This one's C Superior. Integrated 4.9. So this is 103,700. It is 739 centimeters long. Now it's about right for me, I think. Although I prefer a little bit shorter. Some of the features introduced for 2012 include LED headlamps, and they've put a number of vehicles onto a Mercedes base as well. The advantage about LED is apparently they say that it gives you 20% more range than traditional halogen headlights on. Traditional is the right word, but more than halogen ones. Here, I'll show you these as well, seeing as I'm in the mood and running around. Okay, Chic C Line integrated 4.9 LE. Oh, so now 99,000 this will cost, 739 centimeters in length. Oh, I'd have to say that of what we've seen so far, this is more me. I can sort of manage this one. I shall be doing these ones in more detail that I've sort of passed over quickly. This is the first thing I've filmed since I arrived here, so I'm sort of getting myself in the mood. You can see this one's on a Fiat basis. Right, Chic C Line integrated 5.0 QB. This here is 100,748 centimeters in length. C Superior integrated 4.9 Chic C Line, $107,310, and it's 777 centimeters. As you can see, the internal design is very similar, which is a good idea when it comes to production, because it means that not lots of different styles of wood, it's not wood, but wood look-alike are not necessary. Chic C Line, semi-integrated, 4.8, so it's the first semi-integrated today, and this thing here is going to cost 83,370, and it's 735 centimeters long. There you are, for the motorhome of the year from ProMobil, first position, for semi-integrated over 60,000. Now I went to the ProMobil Garland dinner, but we ended up getting kicked out, so as being not invited. Which is a bit of a mistake, because they do that to other people, and then the other German journalists, other German journalists, then refuse to publish their information, and it's a mistake not made by the other awards organizer, who allows everybody to attend. You know, C Tourer, semi-integrated 143 LE, T means semi-integrated. This thing here costs 72,500, and it's under 7 meters, 690. So it's shorter than mine. And incidentally, it is 227 centimeters wide, so it is wider than mine. That's where your telly goes. There it is. Can you see that? Probably not. Yeah. I'm getting better at using the camera, although I'm still not particularly good. Right, semi-integrated 148 LE H C Tourer T, big double floor, 76,580, 746 centimeters in length, 227 in width, semi-integrated. So they've put a bed over the dinette. One thing though, as we sort of come down in price, and I am well aware that that's a huge amount of money to pay, but you can see how even in the comparatively cheaper, comparatively in 76,000, you can certainly buy some very nice property with that, which hasn't got wheels, so can't move it. Right, C Tourer integrated 150 QB. So this is going to be a bit more expensive. 92,200, 748, 288 centimeters high. So we've got some camper vans there from Malibu. And so this here, C Tourer integrated 141 LE. Well, this has now become the longest film I have ever done on motorhomes, 86,100, and it is 665 in length. I think all of their motorhomes this level are 227 in width. So that's 8 centimeters longer, wider I should say, than my van. So if you look at the bed size here, so 190 times 85 if you like, or 200, oh, 190 by 200 it'll be. You've got to be, well, it can be over 2 meters. I have people write to me who are over 2 meters in height asking me what they should do. It is very difficult though for tall people. And then you've got the problem as well. I mean, if you maybe you want a shorter vehicle, but the shorter vehicle is not going to be good enough for you to sleep in. So I really do sympathise with taller people. Right, it says super lightweight. This is the C Compact Line 144 QB. It comes at a price of 85,500, 7 meters in length. And I said earlier that I thought they were all 227. These ones are 212 in width. So this here is, it's shorter and thinner than my van. What it's got that my van hasn't is height. This one, without that bed up there, would be the one I would go for. 85,500 euros. So, C Compact Line integrated, 143. Costs 83,500, 695 by 212. Height is 289. Oh, you hear the clunk as it closes. I hope I'm going to upload this film because it is so big, the file. Okay, right, so got some which you can see in another video. Plenty of vans outside as well. Might have a look at them. Well, I'll come back to this one, the one I started off at. And this one here, sorry, on the left, not on the right. The one on the right, I shall show you now, looks like this. You see? I haven't put the wall in yet. Right, so the one I started off with nearly 40 minutes ago is this one here. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you found that of interest. If you did, you might want to subscribe, and also you might want to consider giving me some support on Patreon. For the moment, here in Allendorf, thanks for watching, and this is me signing out.